Yeah. So how does the company see its role in the industry 100 years? again, everybody. This is Steve Smith, editor of PHC News Magazine, coming to you live for our last interview of AHR 2022. And we've got our next guest is Michael Provenzano, the Global Marketing Director, Press Connections for RIDGID. Michael, thanks for coming by.
We're really excited to be here.
I'm glad you are. I'm glad you could make it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do at RIDGID, and can you put that in
Absolutely. So I joined RIDGID as a product manager. I'm currently the director of marketing for our Press Connections category.
Yeah.
Really my responsibility, my goal is to ensure that we've got products that are going to meet the needs of our end users.
How long have you been at RIDGID?
Yeah.
How many years have you been at RIDGID?
I've been at RIDGID just over 2 years.
Okay.
So
Okay, maybe you said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been nervous too. So I know RIDGID's been around a long time, 100 years.
Yeah.
So you're doing something right.
Yep.
And you've been doing it right for a long time. What do you see your role in the industry for, at least for installing contractors? What do you mean to them?
So what's really important to us is that we provide products that make the lives of our end users, our tradespeople, more effective, more efficient, and safer in their roles. That's really at the core of what RIDGID is all about. And when we think back to almost 100 years ago, when we introduced that pipe wrench, it was the same thing. You know, at the time when they were connecting pipe, you had tools that either didn't grab the pipe well or they broke under pressure, you know, we solved that problem, and it's the same way today. Across press tools, across you know, our pipe and electrical products as well. That's really at the core of what we do.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of products we can talk about. I know you got some new ones at your booth here.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I mean, I know Press Connections is kind of the standard these days of how to do things, but you guys were the very first ones to bring it to North America. So tell us a little bit more about how that came to be.
Yeah, press technology originated in the late 80s in Europe. There was a great amount of adoption there. We recognize the value of press technology. Again, as we think about our end users and productivity for them, press technology provides that productivity and that efficiency, and we recognize that. We partnered with Viga in 1999 to bring the technology to North America. Since then, we've been two very close organizations. When you think about the brand of Viga and the brand of RIDGID, it's very similar in that we really pride ourselves on the quality of our tools and our fittings. That's what's central to us, and that's what's really important. And since then, we've had over 500 million successful connections when a RIDGID tool is used with a Viga fitting in North America. So it's been a really successful partnership, and we continue to work together very closely as we move forward. One of the things that we do when we bring products to market is we're testing our tools with their fittings, they're testing their fittings with our tools. So to some extent, we're getting two sets of eyes on these things, and the amount of testing that goes into it between the two organizations to ensure that we produce the highest quality products possible is really amazing and remarkable.
Yeah, good. Well, let's step back a little bit. I mean, does anybody solder pipe anymore?
Absolutely. I mean, soldering's never going to go away. As much as we would love it to go away, it's never going to go away. We recognize that. But it is our goal to transition people to press, because we do believe and we know it saves up to 60% time. It's much safer. You don't require burn permits. You can press on a wet connection. So soldering won't go away, but every year more and more people have adopted pressing.
Yeah. Any idea like the market share of pressing versus soldering? I mean, I know it's lots of different ways of looking at that.
Yeah, I think it depends on what you look at, how you look at it. You know, and if you're looking at from a number of connections, it probably could be 20 to 30%. If you're looking at the individuals that have tools, it's much, much more than that.
Okay. And if I'm a contractor and I'm kind of stuck in my ways, what would you say to convince me to, hey, try this newfangled press fitting?
The reality is I've never heard somebody that started the press regret that. They recognize the investment on the first job site they're on that they make a connection with. And as soon as we get a tool in their hand and they're able to make a connection, they fall in love with it, and they recognize that now I can either get home to my family earlier, or I can get to my next job quicker. And that's really what it's all about.
Right. So now what's happening lately with press tools for you guys?
There's been a lot happening lately. So when we think about the last 2 years, we've launched 3 new press tools in that time period, which is just an enormous amount of innovation.
Years, yeah?
Last 2 years,
2 years.
three new,
2 years,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So the most recent one that we launched is the RP351 press tool. It's an inline version of the RP350.
Right.
We launched the RP350 2 years ago here at AHR, and it's just been tremendously successful. The feedback that we get from tradespeople has just been enormous. And the 351 is just a continuation of that. It's all about productivity again when we think about that. And what we heard from our end users in regards to the standard press tool line is that we want something that's going to stand up to the requirements of our job and over a long period of time. So what we did was we installed a brushless motor into the RP351, and we updated other components so that that tool is going to be able to press over 100,000 cycles. So no scheduled service required with these tools. And what we hear more often than not is that people love the 360-degree endless swivel that you get with this tool. Again, being able to press in environments that you otherwise would not be able to do so is really important to us. And that 360-degree swivel allows you to access tight spaces that otherwise you wouldn't be able to do. It has the best-in-class lighting, and one thing that's really important to us is the ergonomics of the tool. So we pride ourselves on making sure that the tool is going to be comfortable in the hands of our end users and reduce the strain on their muscles.
And how has the ergonomics changed? I assume maybe, you know, the early models were pretty heavy, I'm gonna guess.
Getting lighter and smaller is always important. But there's also features in our tools that we want to balance that, and we go out and we test that with end users. But in terms of ergonomics, you know, the RP351 has a slim grip handle on it. That is 1 1/8 shorter than any other inline press tool out there in the market. And that's a big difference. That allows the end user to have much more control over the tool. The weight is balanced on the tool, so even though the tool weighs 7 pounds, it feels really light in your hand.
So, just so I understand, the RP351 is the new and improved version of the RP350, or?
They're essentially the same tools. It's kind of like the sister tool. It's same features as that. The only difference is it's an inline version versus a pistol grip version. And the inline version versus pistol is just a matter of preference to the end user. Some people love the pistol grip. Some people love the inline version.
So you could theoretically like both of these as a contractor.
Oh yeah, we hear it all the time that we have plumbing outfits that carry both.
Right. Okay. So press tools are one thing, but you're known for quite a lot of other things. So outside of press tools, what's new and exciting?
Well, RIDGID, we've been involved in a lot of things. Anything that relates to plumbing, we've been involved in, and we're really excited to launch the PCT 400. PCT 400 is a tubing cutter. It can cut up to 4-inch tubing. So carbon steel is just a remarkable tool. It's very portable, easy to use. We also have the PCS 500, which is just an amazing tool.
Pipe saw.
Yes, so this pipe saw allows you to cut Schedule 40 up to 10-inch pipe in just over a minute.
Wow.
And it's been a really amazing tool. So we also have a really broad range of products in the drain cleaning side of the business, and we launched the Flex Shaft in 2019. The Flex Shaft has just been phenomenal addition to our plumbers' trucks, and it's been really well recognized in the market. We've actually launched 2 additional. So it used to be you could do up to 2-inch lines. Now you can do up to 6-inch lines and go out 125 feet with the Flex Shaft product.
So tell me, what's the secret of the Flex Shaft exactly that enables me to do this as a contractor?
So the great thing about Flex Shaft is you get wall-to-wall cleaning. So you can run a camera behind the line as you're cleaning the line, and you get wall-to-wall cleaning. You can see that pipe become clear and clean as you clean the drain.
And that was introduced, you said 2019?
Yeah, the first one was introduced in 2019. Since then, we've launched 2 more.
So more versions of the original. Good. And I'm curious that the tubing cutter and the pipe saw are on display at your booth.
We do. We do have that. We also have one Flex Shaft there to show as well. So anybody can stop by.
And I see in your notes that these are both portable. The tubing cutter and the pipe saw are portable. So
Yep.
I'm assuming that means lightweight. What else does it mean?
They're lightweight, easy to get around.
Okay.
So when we think about tubing cutters and being able to cut up to 4-inch tubing, there's not much out there that's really portable in terms of a powered tool. And to be able to have a light, compact tool to carry through a job site is really nice.
And your notes say about the pipe saw, the PCS 500 pipe saw can cut 10-inch schedule 40 pipes. So, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, it throws a decent amount of sparks.
Yes, I bet, I bet. And unfortunately, you said that's not on
display
here. Yeah, that's
not
that's
today.
A lot. You can't do that at a regular straight show, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult.
Right.
We need the protective barriers up for that one.
Yes. Very interesting. So, what else can we expect from RIDGID in the year ahead?
Yeah, so innovation has been...
Let's talk about products first. I want to talk about training as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So in regards to training, so we have our Green Apple Labs from a Greenlee perspective. We have our training center in our Cleveland headquarters for RIDGID, and we have a steady flow of individuals coming through those sites that really get to use all of our tools, and we have excellent trainers with a ton of tenure that are able to walk them through how to use all of our products.
Okay.
And in terms of what to expect from just in 2022, innovation has been at our core, and there's going to be a steady stream of innovation as we move forward.
Okay.
So we acquired Greenlee in 2018, and they have a tremendous breadth of electrical tools, and to go along with the RIDGID brand and in the plumbing space. When you think about those two brands, they're very similar. That there's a lot of heritage to those brands, and a lot of loyalty from our customers, and we'll continue to have innovation across those two brands. And lastly, this will be the 5th year that we have RIDGID Experience. So we're going to invite a whole new batch of individuals up to come through our plant, see how wrenches are made, make their own wrench. We're really excited about that.
I've followed that when you've had it, and you do a good job on social media to promote that before and after, I guess. How does that all work? How does a contractor get involved in something like that?
Yeah,
it's
so
pick a name out of a hat, or how do I do that?
Well, it's not that simple. We want to invite the broadest set of individuals. So we have individuals from very diverse backgrounds that we try to bring together to really share the same wonderful experience that not many have the opportunity to do.
So what are they doing as part of the experience? I assume a factory tour and all that good stuff. But what else?
So we'll walk them through our training center, and they'll get to see all of our products. If there's any products that they haven't used, they get an opportunity to do that. They get to sit down with people like myself and other product managers, marketers, and interact with them. We talk about new things that are coming out. Sometimes they get a little hint of things that haven't been released yet. In regards to the plant tour, they get to see how their products are made. And when you think about what that means to an individual where, their mother or father used the wrench years ago, and they're still using that wrench today, and now they get to see that wrench being made and actually make their own. It just means a lot to these individuals, and it really means a lot to us too. We're really thrilled to provide that experience.
And you mentioned you got a new batch coming up. When is that going to be announced?
I don't know. Well, so I don't know when we're going to announce it. Normally, it's a little bit later in the summer time frame, and the experience is going to be a little bit more towards fall. But we're certainly excited to announce that when we get there.
Good. I want to wrap up things, but I want to circle back to training because I don't think we covered everything about that, and I'm kind of curious. Obviously, COVID has impacted the traditional kind of classroom or your sales guys going out to a wholesaler or maybe a counter days or something. What's happening? How have you made that transition between you can't do this quite like you used to, and now, but still need training.
It's been a challenge for us. It's been a challenge for everyone. But we have a tremendous sales team that continues to connect with customers and end users that are out on job sites via web conference and phone calls. And we're able to demo those tools through those means, through our sales reps. And we've done the same thing at the training center too. The trainers that we have at that facility have done an enormous amount of conference calls and have done training across that. And you know, we're excited to move forward and to move away from this and you know, get back in front of people. I know we've updated our training center. We have some updates to accommodate all the new innovations that we have going in there. And our training team has been having people in, but they're really excited to increase the amount of people that are coming through their doors once again.
Very good, very good. But no quite set plan. You're probably unable to say, okay, well, come on back to the training center.
We're doing that a little bit.
Okay.
And we are doing that a little bit today, and we're easing into it. But we're looking forward to the day where we can, you know, just open the doors and let everyone come through like we used to. Very good.
Well, that's a hopeful note to end it on, I think.
Yeah.
People, I certainly do want to come back to that training center, I bet.
Yeah, it's been a great experience here. This is the first time where it gives us the opportunity to be back in front of the faces of the people that we love to be in front of. And we're grateful to be here, and we're grateful to sit down with you, so we really appreciate it.
Well, thanks again, Michael, for coming by, and I'll stop by that booth.
Yes, thank you very
much.
Cut some pipe.
All right, everybody, I think that wraps it up. This is the last interview for AHR 2022. And I guess we're going to come back in Atlanta next year and do the same thing. Thanks again.